This is Tales of the Twisted, true stories of the strange, weird, bizarre, and eerie. Today, we go to Circleville, Ohio, a small town famous for pumpkins, parades, and friendly, quiet streets. But in 1976, something sinister arrived in Circleville, something that slipped into mailboxes, crawled into classrooms, and pried open the deepest secrets of its residents. Someone out there, someone who knew everyone's business, everyone's mistakes, everyone's sins, began writing letters. Threatening letters, violent letters, letters that named names and delivered consequences. For years, the town lived in terror. And even after an arrest, even after a conviction, the letters continued. This is the haunting, unsolved nightmare known as the Circleville Letters Mystery. It began quietly, February 1976. A school bus driver named Mary Gillespie opened her mailbox and froze. Inside was a letter, handwritten in blocky, unnerving capital letters. It accused her of having an affair with the school superintendent. It demanded she stop immediately. It warned that the writer was watching her. Mary was confused, frightened, but she hid the letter. She didn't tell her husband Ron. Not yet. But the letters kept coming. More accusing, more threatening, more personal. The writer claimed to know where you live, to know where your children play, to know your secrets. Circleville was being watched. The letters expanded beyond Mary. Neighbors began receiving their own messages, threats, warnings, accusations of affairs, theft, embezzlement, and crimes no one was sure were real. The writer demanded Mary confess her supposed affair. She denied it. Her husband denied it. Her family denied it. But the letters kept coming. In one, the writer warned, "Your husband will pay the price." Months later, he did. August 19th, 1977. Mary's husband, Ron Gillespie, received a phone call. According to his family, the caller was the letter writer. Ron grabbed his gun and stormed out the door. Minutes later, his truck crashed into a tree. He was killed instantly. Authorities declared it an accident, but not everyone agreed. The gun Ron carried had been fired, but no bullet was ever found. No one knew what he fired at or who. Some locals believed Ron had encountered the letter writer on the road that night and paid for it with his life. After Ron's death, the letters became more vicious. Mary was called a killer, a liar, a whore. Signs appeared along her bus route, crude, humiliating signs about her young daughter. One day, Mary stopped the bus, tore down a sign herself. Behind it was a small box. Inside the box was a loaded gun, a booby trap. Someone wanted Mary dead. The gun had been filed down to remove its serial number poorly. Investigators recovered enough metal to trace it to Mary's former brother-in-law, Paul Freshour. Paul denied everything. He said the gun had been stolen from his garage months earlier. He said he had nothing to do with the trap. He said he had nothing to do with the letters. But police insisted the trap was his doing. In 1983, Paul was arrested and charged with attempted murder. The trial was strange from the beginning. He was tried only for the booby trap, not the letters. Yet the letters were read to the jury anyway. Jurors heard page after page of threats, attacks, predictions, poison. Paul was convicted. He was sentenced to 7 to 25 years in prison. Circleville breathed a sigh of relief, but the letters didn't stop. they got worse. Paul Freshour arrived in prison in 1983, and almost immediately, letters arrived in Circleville again. Same handwriting, same tone, same relentless venom. Some letters even mocked Paul directly. One saying, "Now you know I'm still out there." Prison wardens placed Paul in solitary confinement. He was denied access to paper, to writing tools, to stamps, to envelopes. Still, the letters continued. One letter was even postmarked Columbus, Ohio. Paul could not have sent it. The sheriff believed Paul must have convinced someone else to mail the letters for him, but they had no proof, no surveillance, nothing. Eventually, authorities stopped trying to explain it. Paul served 10 years, and he was paroled in 1994. For the rest of his life, he maintained his innocence, but he died in 2012, still insisting he had been framed. So, who was the writer? The suspects were many. A co-worker jealous of Mary. The affair rumor may have been started by someone with a grudge. A family member. The writer knew intimate details, things only a relative might know. Gary, Mary's alleged lover, some locals believed he started the letters to stop rumors. Someone connected to the Gillespies. Ron's death remains suspicious. A complete outsider. Someone with access to mail routes. Someone who traveled. Someone who simply enjoyed causing chaos. The possibility of multiple writers. Handwritten tests were inconclusive. Some letters looked different. Some postmarks came from other counties. The tone shifted over time. To this day, no one knows. Circleville never recovered. For years, residents whispered about the poison pen. Children grew up fearing the mailbox. Marriages collapsed. Friendships ended. People moved away. And even after the letters stopped, the scars remained. In 1993, the television show Unsolved Mysteries investigated the case. Their crew received a chilling letter of their own. It said, "Forget Circleville. Do nothing to hurt Circleville. If you come to Circleville, you else sick." It was postmarked Columbus. Same handwriting. Paul was in jail. He denied involvement. To this day, no one knows who sent it. The Circleville letters remain one of the most sinister, unsolved cases in American history. A mystery involving anonymous threats, psychological terror, a suspicious death, an attempted murder, a likely wrongful conviction, and a writer who never revealed their face. A writer who always seemed to know when someone lied, when someone cheated, when someone was afraid, and when someone opened their mailbox. A writer who reminded a small Ohio town that secrets are never truly safe. And by the way, letters can kill. This has been Tales of the Twisted, true stories of the strange, weird, bizarre, and eerie. Follow the show, leave a rating, and join us next time as we dive into another unsettling mystery hiding in the shadows. Until then, stay cautious, stay curious, and remember, the most terrifying messages are the ones written by someone who refuses to be seen.